Today we're checking out the Raxium Axial Series sequential turn signal LED side marker lights with smoked lenses for the 2020 and newer Jeep Gladiator JT with the factory halogen light package, excluding the Sport. These are a great option for Gladiator owners looking to modernize their vehicle's lighting and enhance visibility with the slick, smoked lens design. One of the standout features of these side marker lights has got to be the sequential amber LED turn signal function, which provides a dynamic lighting effect that increases visibility and adds a modern touch to your Gladiator's appearance. This smoked polycarbonate lens offers a subtle yet aggressive look that complements various exterior colors. It's going to complement any other black modifications you've made on the car and help you complete that blacked out look. Construction is with durable ABS plastic housings and chrome reflectors. These lights are designed to withstand the elements and resist fading over time. The high output LEDs ensure bright illumination, enhancing safety during nighttime driving and adverse weather conditions. These side marker lights are designed as direct replacements for the factory units on the Gladiator models equipped with that factory halogen light package, but it's going to exclude the Sport model. These are plug-and-play installation with no cutting or modifications required, making the install process very straightforward and hassle-free. And if you stick with us, here in a minute we'll give you that install process in detail. Built with quality materials like I mentioned, these side markers feature black ABS plastic housings for durability and resistance to impact. The smoked polycarbonate lenses are designed to protect the internal components while providing a stylish appearance with their smoked out look. The chrome reflectors inside the housings help maximize the brightness and the efficiency of the LED lights. Now, as far as the pricing goes on these, they're coming in right around that mid $200 price range. Considering the combination of modern style, improved visibility, and that durable construction, these side marker lights offer a valued upgrade for Gladiator owners seeking both form and function. Installation on these are very straightforward, so we're rating this one just a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and you can have these installed in 1 hour or less of your time. The plug and play design ensures that the installation process is nice and simple and everything goes smooth. Now let's see exactly how that install goes with an install video from one of our extreme terrain customers.
Okay, we're over here on the driver's side to replace this inner running light, and got an oversized 37-inch tire here, so it might be a little bit tighter, but we're gonna start by removing 3 bolts, 10mm bolts, 1, 2, 3. Pretty easy to get these 3 out. And then 1 more on the back. Back one's struggling just a little bit more. But the fender lining has natural divots where those bolts are, and there's no other bolts up there that you could take out that are wrong, so just the 3. After that, we'll grab our trim removal tool, and we're going to remove a couple of these plastic push things. There's 1 there, 1 there, 3 on the inner side here, and that should allow us to drop that down and pull it out. You could also just use a flat blade or whatever you have laying around. These do pop out. That's what they look like. They're just pressure fitted. Feels like you're breaking something, but you're not. So first one was here. We'll move to the back over here. Trying to do this without removing the tire. See if I'll succeed in that. If not, this tire may disappear. Okay, it's 2. That one looks like it broke. You do know you can get those clips pretty cheap. Then there's 3 on the inner side here. So 1, 2, and 3. Get that a little bit better. Here. And then the last one is right here at the back. So 1 in the front, 1 in the middle, and 1 to the back. kind of see that fender starting to separate a little bit as we get some of these clips and bolts out. Okay, that's the third one. I'm gonna remove the 1, 2, and there should be a third one there that I think I broke before. So all 3 of those need to come off a little bit better. So this wouldn't be a normal part of the install, but since I've taken this off before to install these shocks, I did just stick a zip tie to hold that back edge back, so I'm gonna cut that off now. It'll just be a clip for everyone else. Other ones. We do have 4 sets of tires here. This tripod. I'm using a 22 socket. Should be the same no matter what size your tire is. And I've pre-loosened them to spare your ears. Pop all these off. So another thing that I'm fighting with are these Falcon shocks I installed, because you have to cut a hole in the liner. So that may hold us back a little bit there, but we'll see if I can peel this back now. Oh, so much better. Okay, so this is from the front of the vehicle looking in. We're looking back in here for this harness. So it's kind of got a black-white braid to it. Just right there on the other side of this bracket right there. So, look at our tool removal, our trim removal piece tool. It's got a clip in it. We can pop that off the top. Okay. And it looks like it has a red tab connector, which I'll pull out here a little bit more. So that red connector right there on the back of it. Grab a, well, first I'll try with my thumb, see if I can pry it back, and if not, I'll grab a little screwdriver. So it popped loose really easy. This is a newer vehicle, it's only got a couple 1,000 miles on it. And then you'll reach in right where that clip is, you pull back, so you pull this back, red clip, and then you push down right there on it, and that'll cause it to come loose. This is the connection we're gonna hook our new one into back here. And then we gotta get this loose because this is the one that we will be removing. So there is another clip, plastic clip back in there I can fill. Looks like there might be one right around this bracket. And then some more to the front. We'll work from the back. We know where it should be loose. That loose. Back there on the other side of that fender bracket. And it feels like there's one right here behind this bracket. Can't actually see it, I'm just gonna try to pop it blindly. Careful with my wiring harness here, of course. Tool as I'll pop it loose. So up here, just right inside, so you'll pry that one down. The one on the back you'll pry towards the passenger side. Work this out. Another one right here. Pop that out. And towards the front here. Okay. So that last one was like the one back here behind the bracket. It's just straight down. They're super tight. Kind of hard to reach in there and get them. But we're not reusing this wiring, so honestly not that big of a deal if you do mess up the wiring. The wiring does have these plastic sheaths to pry against, so if you've got your tool in here right, you should be able to pop them out, which doesn't look like they damaged the wiring. If you were gonna reuse it, just make sure you were, or keep it to resell or something, just make sure that you were on those. You can find them almost by just looking for these plastic sheaths, so wherever you're seeing those, there's a clip. Quite a few. So that's 1, 2, 1. This is moving from the front back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this last one's a little bit different. 5 clips. All right, so it is a T30. First one over here. Let's see it right up there. So that's what that one looks like on the outer edge. It's right over here. And that's what that one looks like. So on this side over here. Get that out. That bolt. Okay, so that is just a number 10. If we're getting any looser here. Oh, and it looks like there's one more 10 under here. So we had one here and one here, and they're kind of confusing because they're not plastic on this side, they're against the metal, but they screw up into the plastic there. On the other side, I'll start with taking these off so the wiring harness isn't in the way, you can see better. And that's that one. At the same time, plastic-like grommet. That's interesting. So it's but it had Phillips on the end of it, so I'm not sure if it's threaded. This one's not spinning. I try spinning it out first before you yank it out. So if you pull it down, then you'll find that third one right here. So I'm gonna get my tool here, see if we can pop it off. Yep, pops right off. And that should free up this first bracket. Okay, first bracket's out. Like I was describing, there's the one, this sits up in there just like that. 1, 2, and 3 right here. These were the 10 bolts, and these were the T30. Starting at the top, they are a T30. So these ones are actually a finer thread than the other T30s I took out, so make sure you don't mix them up. I'm gonna stick them on a different pile over here. This next one, they feel plenty long for the situation. It'd be a lot easier if I had some power tools. Which I do, they just don't fit great in this space. Okay, that's 2. And then there is one on the side over here. So that one was actually a coarse thread. So the inner main turn signal is a coarse thread. So a fun little memorization game Jeep's playing with us. And then on the bottom, bit of a funky ankle. I'm pulling down that plastic. That one was a fine thread. So it seems like all the ones that are in the main mount there are all finer thread. And there is actually one more that I can see at the bottom on this other side. So there's 5 total. I'm not sure how to get to this one, to be honest. It's pretty far back up in there. And if I need to pop this plastic piece off. So we'll get this on the other side straight. This piece of plastic right here is over this lip. So once you pull it towards the vehicle, and then it will fold down. It has a nice crease right there. And then you can easily reach our last mounting bolt, which again is that T30. And I'm assuming it's gonna be the finer threaded one, which it looks like it is. Okay, that should be our last bolt holding the light, that fine thread. I can feel the running light on the side here already loose, so I'm just gonna go ahead and see if I can get it disconnected. It looks like there's a little tab. Pop that with my fingernail, which I can. So I popped this tab, and then this running light is now completely free. So I believe we'll reuse that on our next, the new one. So I'll keep that so you don't damage those wires. And let's get this OEM one out. Okay, so that whole thing will pull out. It looks like it has, besides the bolt holding it, 2 plastic grommets right here. I'll show you that. Okay. No clips. It looks like there's a sticky pad at the top here, and that's all that was holding it at that point. And we'll go over and compare to the new one. Okay, so we're back. Got the new light here to put in. I've disconnected the anti-flicker portion of it. This will be the same on the driver's side and the passenger side. So we will stick this in now. Make sure you grab your T30 bolts, the 4 of them that were a fine thread. That one shorter one for this. Lines up nicely. Lines up really nice, actually, nice and flush. Got a little up pressure on it. Let me get a couple of these bolts started. That's the top right one. This is the top left. So we're tightening these top bolts. There's 2 of them. Good place to start. The bottom one's going to that plastic piece that we pulled off earlier. These look so much cleaner on the front. Unfortunately, we do have to put this nice safety light on the side here. Let's see. Looks like slide it from the front. And it does have clips in it, kind of snapped in there if you didn't hear that. And then this is where the T30, that's the rougher thread, goes in right on the side there. Okay, so we got our side light on. So we got the 2 top T30 screwed in. Now we're going to reinstall our bottom plastic mount. It sits in there like this, folds down, has the 2 plastic grommets it slides into, and if you just kind of pull out, you'll be able to get this in pretty easy, I think. Go ahead and try that now that I've set it. So I'm gonna try getting this back side in first, because that's kind of how I took it out. Left side's in, and then this front side. It's also in. So just a little pressure on the front, and the light itself helps that pop where it needs to be. So again, make sure you're using the right bolts. The top and bottom mounts on this headlight are the fine thread of the T30s. Not sure what would happen if you mix them up, but can't be good. These bolts are plenty long. Thank you, Jeep. This other side. The lower mounting bracket. The light. It fits really nice in there. It's nice and tight. Looks just like the OEM one, minus it's gonna have that awesome running light in it. And the cool turn signal. Okay, So we're here now. Our light is in. We can flip this panel back up. So I'm gonna just pull my wires out of the way over here. I'm gonna pull everything to the side to get this over to the plastic mount right there. Now that's in. And that one was our longer bolts that were 10s. Go ahead and put those back in. I was gonna put those back in. Let's see here. So the bottom was this funny grommet with the Phillips. Still haven't been able to get that to separate real well. Okay, it is coming loose. So if yours works and doesn't spin like mine did, you can unscrew the end of it with little Phillips. That allows this to collapse a little bit more. So I'm gonna push that back up into the bottom of the light and then screw it back in. Just causing that flange to move back out. Okay, seemed to kind of just pressure fit up in there, honestly. Now we're gonna put this fun mount back in. This outermost edge goes to the outer side and right here to the inner side. Flips over the top of, it's kind of like a shelf here that's gonna sit over right there. Being careful to not damage my wires. I'm gonna reroute that wire through there so it's on the back side of this. And I've got everything lined up. That felt good. So now it's lined up. So we can go ahead and put those 10s back in. There's one here, one here. Just getting them started by hand. Get this one down here. Get a couple of them started before you tighten them down too much, because this bracket is just kind of floating in here. You know what way your wrench is supposed to go. Okay, and now we have a bunch of these T30 rougher looking bolts that need to go back in. Start from the inside and work out. This outer one. And then there should be one more in the middle there. I'm gonna drop this flap. And get that right there. So I'm pulling down on the flap and screw it with my other hand. Okay, so those 1, 2, 3, and looking around to see what bolts I have left. I think that was everything. The other holes that you're seeing here, this one is these grommet clips, and this is the big one that we took out from the original fender cover. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna hook in our side running light. Looks like it just has a little push, a little clip, and then I'm gonna route this wire. I might honestly get some electrical tape and cover this just a little bit better. Like I said, I'm not loving the sheath on this, but we're gonna route this up and over our first fender mount right there. Undo that box. I think it's the anti-flicker. I'm actually sure. But it looks like we can mount that basically anywhere up in here. These cords aren't super long, so I'll figure that out here in a second. This mount right here started here from the front of the light, first mount I ran over, and then run over this back mount. Like I said, the new one doesn't have any clips or anything to worry about. Honestly, I think that would be a great idea. Bring it through, just pulling with my other hand. Get it nice and tight so it's up out of the way. And then I have my clip. I'll reach back in here and grab the original. And there is the original clip. And here's our new one, so make sure we get it turned the right way. Right on a tight push. Still no satisfying pop like I'm wanting, but it is hooked together. Okay, and then we can actually push that back up where it goes, the fender, so it's up out of the way completely, like that. I believe it's the anti-flicker. I want to see what it does when it's not hooked up. We're gonna start with that, and I might get some more just electrical tape to cover more of that wire up. I did unplug this while I was putting the light in just for convenience, but I have now plugged it back in. I don't think it matters what side's on which. We're gonna take this. It looks like it does have a sticky mount on the backside. I'm not exactly sure what this is for. I think it's probably an anti-flicker or to help the truck understand this headlight a little bit better. There's a nice little spot up here that I think I'm just gonna push it in, that it'll fit nice and tight. Hopefully it won't rattle. Which it does, fits nicely up there. If you were to take the sticker off and just push it up in there, right here, it would fit really nice. But pretty tight how it is. I got all these wires dangling all over the place. I am gonna grab some electrical tape and just tie that all up together so it's up and out of the way. Okay, back with my electrical tape. This honestly probably doesn't need to be done, especially since this fender cover is going to be covering all of this. And it's a headache, so we'll just do the preventative stuff now. I'm gonna tuck this kind of up there by that box, and now it's up completely out of the way. Everything looks good and ready for me to stick my fender shield cover in. So I'm just gonna re-bend it back out on the side here, get it clipped back in where it goes, pushed back in. Okay, it's lining up great. I'm going to start with my 3 screws that were in the middle, unless I have, it's just stuck a longer one somewhere it wasn't supposed to be. Which is also not impossible. These were metal mounts too, so I am tightening them pretty good. And with our last one bolt in, let's see then if I can pull it over and tighten it down.
All right, that wraps up our review and install of the Raxium Axial Series sequential turn signal LED side marker lights with smoked lenses for the 2020 and newer Jeep Gladiator JT with the factory halogen light package and excluding the Sport. And for all things Gladiator, keep it right here at Extreme Terrain.